Okay, boys and girls, now it is time for us to do our line project. Make sure that you have your line project checklist before you get started. These are the lines that are required to be on your line project. Please put your name, your class code, which is your day of the week. So if this was Monday, I would put Monday, and then your grade. So if this was 3rd, I'm going to put Monday 3. My student number, that number is on your portfolio as well as your seat. And please put in your first name. If there is another person with your first name in your class, please be sure to put your last initial. All 3 of those things are needed so that I can organize your classwork. Okay, so let's start with the first one. You don't have to do these in order, but you do have to do all of them. The first one is a straight, thin, and dotted line. So I need to make sure that I am doing a straight line. Now, what do I need to make sure I am doing a straight line? Well, I could use the edge of a book, but most often we use rulers. And I have these large rulers for you to use that also have a curved line that you can measure the degrees of an angle. And so I'm going to do a straight, thin, dotted line. Now it doesn't give specifics as to which direction it had to be, so I can make it wherever I want to. It's got to be straight, thin, and dotted. So I'm just going to place this down wherever I want my line to be. And I'm going to start making a dotted line. So now I have a straight, thin, dotted line. Next I need to make a curved, thick, horizontal line. Okay? I think I might use the edge of this to help me make a curved horizontal line. It doesn't have to go to the edge of your paper. Now to make this line thick, I'm going to draw a second line. Now, if I had filled that in, it will be thick. I'll show you how we're going to fill that in a little while. Okay, next I need one zigzag, short, vertical line. So I've got to make a short line that is vertical and zigzagged. I'm going to start at the top and I'm going to come to here since I need a short one. Next, I need one diagonal wavy line. Don't be afraid to turn your paper around because this is just a piece of abstract art. We're using lines. We're not making anything that has to be recognizable. So, a diagonal wavy line. This space looks like it could use an extra line, so I'm going to make a diagonal wavy line going this way. The next thing I need is a spiral line. Again, these lines can overlap. Don't feel like you have to make them all separate. I'm going to make my spiral right here. And I can choose to either overlap that or I can leave it where it ends there. I'm going to make it overlap just one more time. There's my big spiral. Next, I need 2 parallel horizontal lines. Okay, horizontal. A parallel means that they never get any closer to each other or any farther apart. Two parallel lines. And lastly, I need two thick perpendicular lines. Okay. I'm going to make one of my perpendicular lines here. It said thick, so I'm going to go ahead and do another one right beside there. Pretend like that whole thing is a line. And then I'm going to make the perpendicular line to that one. Come straight across. I'm going to come down to the edge of my paper and connect those to the end. You can use your eraser. Make sure that these line up. Okay, so before you are done, go ahead and go back to your checklist and let's see, I need to find these. One straight thin dotted line. I have one straight thin dotted line. I can check that off. One curved thick horizontal line. Here's my curved thick horizontal line. One zigzag, short, and vertical line. Zigzag, short, and vertical. One diagonal, wavy line. There it is. Here's my diagonal, wavy line. One spiral line. Here's my spiral line. Two parallel horizontal lines. Okay? Down here is my two parallel horizontal lines. Lastly, I have two thick perpendicular lines. Okay? I have my two thick perpendicular lines. Okay. Now I'm ready to start adding colors to these individual shapes that the lines have formed. So now I see that the lines have created a shape here, and a shape here, and a shape here. So now I'm ready to go on to the second step of my line project.